What is up, you guys? Here we go. What is up, Facebook? How are you doing? More importantly, the question is, how are you feeling? I hope you're feeling good, because we're going to have some fun tonight. And you know what I say, when you feel good, boom, you flat out do good. What's up, Mike? What's up, John? Thank you guys for popping in. Shane is on. We got a party planned tonight. Let's do this. Let's do this. Bring them in. Share this out. If you guys are getting some value and you're enjoying what we're doing, smash that share button. Let's bring some people on here. What is this? What are we doing? We take probably 1 million more. I don't know. I should have Googled it. Somebody Google that if they want. We take probably 1 million or more footsteps in our lives. And with every one, we go somewhere. Maybe it's not quite the direction we want to head, but each step takes us somewhere. How do you gauge those steps, and how do you know the steps you're taking are going to get you to where you want to go, even if they don't seem like they're in the right direction? What are we going to do tonight? 3 things. Number 1, we're going to meet an active Air Force reservist, a racer of everything that goes fast, the one and only Shane Homme. Yeah, that's right. Can you imagine? Last name Homme. With a name like that, you gotta be ready to throw down. What's up? Dash is on. Glenn. Dash is on. Go by Dash. Number 1, meet an active Air Force reservist. Number 2, you're gonna learn how every step we take moves us somewhere, even though at times it may not exactly be the step that we want to take, but that we have to take. Number 3, you're going to learn how to access a growth mindset. Now, what is that? What's a growth mindset? It's pulling the best out of a situation. It's turning that negative into something of value. It's growing through whatever it is you're going through. That's what we're talking about tonight. What are we doing? Who's all on? Dale is on. Thank you. Thank you. Scott, Brandon, Justin, Jody, Dash, John. Welcome, guys. How's everybody doing? How you feeling? Drop it in the comments. How are you feeling tonight? My man Cody's on. Thanks for popping in here. This show is brought to you by Ride Life Dynamics, a new online store. It's a site where you can connect with your passion. You can show people what it means to live your ride life and pursue that passion with your driven mindset. Brought to you by Ride Life Dynamics. Check them out, ridelifedynamics.com. Get your gear and get representing that driven mindset today. How's everyone doing? What's up, Vivian? Julio, what's up, brother? Travis, thanks for popping in here. Who am I? You know, if you know me, you know me. If you don't, you're about to get to know me a little better. Getting coffee. Yeah, buddy, get you some coffee, man. There you go, 15-hour days. I know what that is about. Who am I? My name is Scott. This is my boy, Tegan. This is what we're doing it for. This is why we're getting uncomfortable. We're trying new things to get him and me where we want to go. I'm trying to run a professional live cast show here, kid. Come on. We have some fun here, you know that. My name is Scott. I'm a dad, number 1. I'm a dad, I'm a sledder, and I got my vision set on exactly where I want to go in life. And I've learned through the process that no matter where you're at, with the right knowledge, right application, and the right effort, you can get where you want to go if you put in the work. I have a little quick thing. I got on to Relentless. It's backwards. Somebody told me how to flip the camera around. I forgot. Anyway, but this is Relentless from Tim Grover. I just started reading it. First chapter, and I got to read something now. I want you guys to catch this. If you read this book, drop it in the comments. Read it. If you haven't, I already like it. He is a mental coach for people like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade. Massive, massive success. He says, being the best means engineering your life so you never stop until you get what you want. And then you keep going until you get what's next. And then you go for even more. Relentless. If that describes you, this book is your life story. You are what I call a cleaner, the most intense and driven competitor imaginable. You refuse limitations. You quietly and forcefully do whatever it takes to get you what you want. You understand the insatiable addiction to success. It defines your entire life. If that doesn't describe you yet, congratulations. You are on a life-changing journey to discover the power you already possess. Tim Grover, Relentless. I love that. The insatiable addiction to success. That's what I'm talking about. That's what this show's about. It's called Every Step. Every step we take takes us somewhere. Make them purposeful, make them impactful, and make them maybe not in the exact direction you want to go to get where you want to be, but make it a step forward, hopefully. What's up, Tim, Robert? Thank you guys for popping on. I appreciate that. What is this? This is Driven. It's a show we created. It's a place to come, grow your mindset, grow your network, have some fun, and share some stories about what you're passionate about, what drives you to do the things you do. And we're going to meet a slew of people along the way that prove the driven mindset is the right mindset to have to go wherever you want in life, whether it be in sports, in racing, in business, in personal family life, in whatever you take on in your relationships. Do it with that driven mindset. Do it with that purposeful passion, and you will get the best out of it. Look at everybody coming on. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time this evening. This is a place that no matter what, we can learn our way out of it too. How about that? No matter what our situation is. Jason Weiss, my man's crushing it. Much respect, brother. No matter what you're at, you can learn your way up and out of it. It's a show we created for people that are crushing it, that want to crush it, and people like me that they didn't even know what this whole crushing it thing was about. It's kind of a catchphrase. It's kind of a all the craze word, but you can apply the crushing it to whatever, whether it be business or social media or racing or your family life. I just crushed some spaghetti tonight. I'd be crushing the spaghetti. I made it with the squirrely ones, not a big old long straight noodle. Finally catch. What's up, Joe? Finally catch one. Thanks for popping on. Vonna, how you doing tonight? Woo, we're fired up. How about it? Anybody, all the new people, I would love to connect with you. Drop it in the comments. This is your first time catching the show. Drop where you're from, and I'd love to reach out and connect with you and see how far we can reach this show out. So I hope you guys are getting some value and having some fun. This will be a great show. I know it. The purpose of this one is Shane and I are going to talk about each step and where it takes us. And I kind of mentioned to a leader earlier is we don't always know where these steps that we're taking and these moves that we're making, where exactly they're going to get us. We know where the end game is, okay? But there's a lot of things and a lot of places you got to get through and a lot of crap you got to deal with to get to where you want to go. And sometimes it may not feel like the things you're doing and the effort you're putting in and the time you're spending and all the stuff that you're doing to get where you want to go might not even seem worth it at times. And you're like, come on, I just keep taking these steps and I'm still 1,000 miles away from where I want to be. Just taking the step is what I'm talking about. I'm a slacker. It's all right, Joe. You a busy man, and you got no Wi-Fi, so I can throw that blame in there. What's up, Mike? How you doing? Each step we take, even though it doesn't feel like we're getting closer to where we want to be, that action of a step, that decision to make a step, to take that action today, to pick up a book when you would rather be scrolling on your Facebook, little things like that, they all add up and they all build that foundation and they all take you closer to where you want to be. I know there's a lot of people on this that don't need to hear that because they are where they want to be and they are doing the things you want to do. Let's connect, let's reach out, let's support each other, let's help everybody get to where we want to go and do the best we can. What's up, Trevor? Thanks for coming on. I'm going to go with this because this is we're all on Driven right now. This is a very relevant story. It's like every step we take, I didn't know exactly where this Facebook Live would go when I pressed play. I just pressed play and started talking to people. I'll take anybody that was coming on my show that would pop on and do an interview with me, let me practice my skills. I had no idea where this was going to take me, where it can go, and what's down the road for it. I just know every week I take a step with somebody new. I learn about what they got going on, I try to help them any way I can, and also I can pull, it's a two-way street, I can pull some information from the stories we have and we talk about and we share. But the simple step of just press and play on this Facebook live show has put me on a path that's like turboed my process of where I wanted to go. And I really didn't have any idea that it was going to do that. So I'm extremely thankful for everybody that watched this show, every single share, every single like, every single comment. It helps me take a step. It helps me push myself. It helps me read the book. It helps me dive in and write a little bit more. It makes me exercise my brain and kind of get these thoughts out. And not only that, being able to keep on track with a thought on Facebook Live when you're talking to a phone and trying to read comments, that pushes you to level up. Like when I get in front of a crowd, I'd be like, hey, it's no big deal. I'm potentially talking to 1 million people on this Facebook Live, and it's like I'm talking to myself. It's like I'm talking to myself, but in the back of my mind, I know anybody in the world could tune in and watch this show. I just got to block it out, make my steps, make my progression. So that's what we're talking about. And I'm going to bring Shane on up here in a minute. Let's see where he is. So again, we're bringing, his name's Shane Homme, very talented individual. Again, racer of all things fast. I got to hear a little bit of his story the other night, and we've been talking back and forth for a little bit now. So, dude's super passionate about what he does, hell of a sense of humor, and I cannot wait to share him with you guys. Let's bring him on. We're bringing him on now. I'm just waiting. I don't really talk when we're doing this ad. Boom shakalaka. There we go.
What's going on today, Scott?
Not much. What is up, my man?
Oh, not too much. Just hanging out in the shop. Kind of looks like I'm in county lockup right now at the window.
Yeah.
In the window.
They got the Wi-Fi finally at your county jail, dude. You got a live stream going from jail. You're gonna be famous.
Yeah, definitely. It's I don't know. It's just different. So, how's your day going? You didn't give me any.
Oh, dude, I had a great day. I'm hard at networking all day. I was off work today, so catching up on to-dos, doing the bills, and then I blocked time off to pursue my passions, message people, put out some, get ready for this. Great day for me. How about you?
My day's kind of starting. We talked the other night. I'm working like midnight to 7 o'clock in the morning. So bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, got some coffee in me, and I'm ready to go.
Perfect. Morning driven episode for part of the crowds. I'm on night shifts too, so I'll probably be up all night after this. I had a cup of coffee before I fired this off live, and I'll be pumped up before the end of it. I know it. I know how it goes. Well, cool, man. Let me just start by letting everybody know what we got going on, and then we can jump into the interview. Again, if you're just popping on, thank you so much. I appreciate your time tonight. I know everybody's time is valuable, so we'll try to pack this with some information. You can get to know Shane a little bit about what he's got going on and how steps he's taken in his life have got him closer, even though at the time they might not have really seemed like it was the step he needed to take or really wanted to take, but had to. So again, this is Shane Homme, snow bike racer, snowcross racer. I'll let you tell your story. Just give people some shout outs. Thank you, Dawn, for popping on. Lisa, glad to have you. I don't know what that name is, but it's Asian or Chinese. Thank you for watching. Dusty, appreciate you guys. So again, this is Shane Homme, man. Welcome to the Driven Show. Welcome to the network. Welcome to the fam. Let's do this. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right. So if I was to ask you a quick question, a brief 5-minute overview of who is Shane, where you from, what gets you to sitting in a cell block doing a live stream with me?
Okay. My parents I grew up in northern Minnesota, like a few of the guys you've had on. And
Yep.
I think I was around 5, and my dad really got me my first kitty cat, and it all started there. Been hooked on him ever since. I I was 5. My dad was working Saturdays, and my mom would end up taking me to the races in the station wagon. Wood panel station wagon, trail
Nice.
with the kitty cat. Yep. We did that for a few years.
Light that up.
After that, I ended up, I think it took a few year break when I was around 10, got into it again when I was 15-ish, and I got my first job. Parents took me down to the bank, and I was able to get my first sled, so it was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I did that for a couple years, and I was graduating high school. I didn't really know what I was going to end up doing. It's kind of considering some college stuff, and it wasn't really for me. And I don't know. I ended up one day, a couple of my friends joined the Air Force, and I'm like, I don't even know what this stuff's about. And I had a Marine recruit bother me for a while. So I kind of, my friends ended up getting with me or talking me into meeting the Air Force recruiter. I met him, and I decided it was something I was going to do. Originally, it was a 4-year deal, and I was going to go back to Minnesota, start racing snowcross again, and went to tech school in Florida for, I think it was 5 or 6 months. Ended up getting stationed in Idaho, and I wasn't even planning on riding. I was going to do some dirt bike riding, that kind of stuff. And winter came, of course. So first thing I do is, well, I got to go get into sled again. So got into sledding a little bit again back in, that was 2003, and was racing out here in the Rocky Mountain snowcross. And there's some fun stuff. There's a lot of travel, and weren't making a ton of money in those days. So it's kind of, well, I could do it sometimes and I couldn't do it other times. So I was stuck on the bike in the summer to keep training and stay in shape. And 2004, I was getting ready to do another season, or the end of 2004, 2005, or early 2005. I was actually getting ready to leave for the McCall race, and I get a call, hey, we got to go to the hospital. Your daughter's being born. So that was probably one of the coolest things ever. And we were sitting in the hospital.
Yeah.
I'm like, so are we going to go? Are we going to McCall, or are we going? What's going on here? You know? So my daughter was born that morning, and I think that kind of definitely changed some stuff for me. And I kind of toned down a little bit. And yeah. So after she was born, I still did quite a bit. It was kind of a season here, a season there, skipping back and forth. I always stayed on moto. Yep. And then 2007, I got into quads a little bit too, because I was going to use quad to train for sled.
That's okay.
And yeah, they feel a lot alike. And yeah, definitely that turned into something really good too. I still do that once in a while now. And
yeah, and you found some success within quad racing too, right?
Yep, I've done. It's mainly regional for quad racing. What I've done. A couple years ago, I got into some dirt flat track, and one of my buddies is one of the best guys at it out in this area. So, got to give a shout out to John for getting me going on that stuff. Then I ended up getting into that because I was looking at doing hill cross when they were having at the X Games, those 2014, 15-ish, and that ended up only being a 1-year deal. So
yeah,
couldn't get back into it the next season. And I had already talked with a bunch of companies that I was going to be working with, like Fly. I think one of the main companies I work with is Fly Racing. And I talked to them, and they were kind of, after the Hillcross thing fell apart, I was like, I got to do something. So I got into dirt flat track and won a couple championships on that locally. So that was pretty cool.
Nice.
Bunch of races. And then this kind of coming into this year, I didn't really know what I was going to do. It was around actually December 26, 2016. I met a person that completely changed my life. And kind of,
I love it. That's what I want to dive into that too. That's what we're gonna feed off those steps and that mindset. So share it.
Yeah, it's trying to have those positive people in my life, and it's kind of going into last snow bike season. I think it was November, the end of November. I didn't even plan on racing a snow bike. Hadn't even ridden one, and I got on Craigslist because I use Craigslist all the time, like we were talking, for buying some cars, buying some dirt bikes, all that stuff. So I got on Craigslist, after I was kind of talking to some of the timber sled guys and some of the local dealers and all these other people to see if there's any rider support available. And November, there isn't. So that's all taken care of like right now. But yeah, so I ended up seeing a Mototrack snow bike kit, and I'm like, I know that bike, and I couldn't remember where it was from. And I did a little bit of looking around, and I'm like, that's Darren Meese's bike. And so I ended up, I think I called him, I emailed, I did everything I could do to get a hold of the guy. And talked to Darren a few times and went out to Oregon and bought his 2017 snow bike kit. And yeah, I've met Darren probably 3 or 4 times now. We talked quite a bit on the phone, and huge props for that dude. He's an awesome dude. Him and Ashley are doing some amazing things for the snow bike world. And
love it.
So after that, it was December-ish. I'd got my snow bike together, and I'm over here in my body shop machining parts on the drill press because I can't get this. So machining parts on my drill press to turn them down. And so after that, I was heading to Minnesota where I grew up. I hadn't even ridden a snow bike for the Winter X Games qualifier. So I head up to my house, and this whole snow bike stuff kind of got me back to my roots. The first time I ever rode one was on my dad's farm again in Minnesota. So I was out trying to figure everything out on it. And so we were going to the Winter X Games qualifier, not really knowing what I was doing. And I met one of the first people I talked to. I was at the track was Darren, trying to feel everything out on what the track's doing, all this other stuff. And we had some ergonomics on the ski, wasn't really working. That was the day before practice, and just wasn't working. It wouldn't turn, it wouldn't go straight, it wouldn't do anything. So I didn't even I drive 1,200 miles for Winter X Games qualifier at ERX, and we weren't even able to ride it. So practice, Saturday or Friday night, I went back to my mom's house, it was just a couple hours away, and so we went back there, and I'm trying to call like anybody I know. This is like 6 o'clock Friday night before the qualifier, trying to call anybody that I can buy a different brand ski, something to make this stuff all work. Nothing. So I ended up watching.
Did you check Craigslist?
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't check Craigslist.
I should have.
But I was actually considering trying to buy another kit, a different brand kit that night. So that was extremely frustrating. On the way back to Idaho, Minnesota, I kind of found out there was a bunch of changes with Mototracks in the company. And so I got a hold of them again. I was able to get a hold of them after that. And ever since, like, these guys have been great. I know they had a lot of stuff in the past where, the past few years, there's been some different ownership and stuff, but I was able to connect with Sam, who's running the show over there now. And they've just been great. He actually went out to the shop and told the machinist to stop whatever he was doing. He needed to get me my front fit or ski fit kit in the mail by the end of the day.
Nice.
So, and then, back out in Idaho, traveling as much as I could this winter, it seemed like. We were up in northern Idaho. Heading to the race in Clarkia. Didn't know too much about it. Didn't know how big the town was, so I'm thinking, I'm going to find a hotel when I get there or something. I get there like 3 in the morning, and I think Clarkia, Idaho has 100 people. There's like
no hotel.
Yeah, no hotel. So I'm sleeping at like 3 to 4 in the morning. I finally get to bed for a couple hours, and I'm trying to find some place, where I can at least get a toothbrush and, all this other stuff. So I end up racing Clarkia, and that was it was an awesome track, but it got rutted out really bad and everything else. And so after Clarkia, I think it was around Clarkia to McCall. I ended up kind of connecting with Dave Dieter and the IRev Apparel people, and
IRev all day.
IRev all day. Those guys, they'll completely get you pumped about what you're doing. Like, they completely stand behind you, and it's just a complete different atmosphere when you're dealing with them. And I'll get shout outs from IRev and Dave and everything on Facebook, Instagram, all that other stuff. And it's just, yeah, it completely gets you just pumped about what you're doing. And, you know,
Absolutely agree. I actually talked to Dave, I think it was last night, and he's going to come on. We've been kind of holding off. We're going to do a big group one with some of the IRev guys, and then I'm like, screw it, man. Let's just, instead of herding cats, let's just come and bring you on, and we'll talk to it. So future, Dave will be on here shortly in the next couple of weeks too, so shout out.
Yeah, Dave and all of
Sorry to interrupt.
you're good, man. I ended up talking with Dave, Corey Kelly a little bit, Cody Matichuk some. He's an awesome dude too. One of the top guys I look up to, between him and Darren Mace. They're definitely the two snow bike guys I really look up to. So
it's good. Good.
And then after we had some upset in McCall with some parts, you know, I had these Mototrax guys, like I wasn't even a part of their team or anything, but the guys were just running to me. I think they had 2 to 3 different people working on my bike. And
nice.
Yeah. Which I had never had before. Like I had my dad work on my bike or one of my friends, and to meet with these complete strangers that are out there pushing you to just kind of, you know, be your best all the time. So I cannot.
It's the support, man. You can't do it like. It's strange how the support comes like kind of later when you know maybe don't need it quite as much because you know you're established or you have some experience in all of it, and having support like that, like I can speak from personal experience just inside rodeo is I needed it when I was nobody. I needed it when I was just starting out. I needed it like when I didn't know anything, and as I got things figured out, I still needed it. But having that support system, I can, like, especially working on bikes and things like that, very important.
Still on? Got a notification.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you froze a little bit. You're good to go now.
Thanks, Casey. So yeah, it was between Robert Carroll and Tom Thompson over at Mototrax just pushing me. Like we were going into the last round of Reno, and the track was pretty torn up, and it was really loose snow, and I couldn't figure a thing out. And as soon as I come off the track, Robert's up there, like between Robert and Tom, they're both, hey, you need to do this. We need to change your ski to this, and just completely changed the way the bike rode, and where I could actually pick up straight again. So that was kind of, you know, I don't know where I'm going to be in 2019, what bike I'm riding or any of that stuff, kit I'm riding, but just the support I've got.
You just never know what's going to come up on Craigslist next. So, I mean, how can you commit to 2019 when you don't even know if they're going to someone's going to sell it?
Yeah. So
no, I love it, dude, and I make light of it, but that's overcoming adversity. That's just doing whatever you need to do to get to where you want to go, and we'll circle back to that. But yeah, no, it's whatever it takes, man, whatever it takes. And that's kind of why I read from this book before I got going, because it's just so important to hear that like, man, I mean, things I'm doing ain't really exactly what I need to be doing, but like I'm pursuing it. I'm taking those steps to get there. So oh, you were froze up again. Are you back?
Yeah, I got another notification. So I thought I had them all silenced, but I guess I missed my email and Facebook comments. So yeah, I keep getting turned. So yeah, so like we were saying, not 100% sure what I'm going to be on next year. I'm definitely want to go back into snow bikes again next year. It was just an experience I've never had before. So Mototrax has been leaps and bounds kind of behind me. I'm not committed to anything with anyone yet on it, but they're definitely up there for next year.
Give him a call, Mototrax. Come on, don't let him go. Give him a call. Lock him in. He's going places. He's driven.
And then recent changes, I just found out last week, my dealer that I've been with for about 9 years now is closing. So I'm back to hustling the streets and knocking on dealer doors and all that kind of stuff. So.
Oh, there's another notification.
Yeah. So
Beating the streets, is my man Frank Sale says all the time. Beat the streets so hard they send you a bill for the potholes. That's what it takes, man. That's the hustle, I guess. You know, as a racer, it's like, all right, it's the new year out there. Time to start building this package back up. It's unfortunate your dealer closed. Bummer to hear.
yeah, that's kind of, they've leased me bikes and stuff, so I haven't really had to buy a bike now for probably about 4 to 6 years. I've been leasing bikes from them, so I was lucky enough to get on a Kawasaki this year that I disguised as Yamaha since they're a Yamaha dealer. So
good job. I thought very good job.
Yeah.
I didn't ever look at it close enough. I thought it was a Yamaha. That's
Yeah.
funny.
So everybody was thinking of,
All right, but
what's that?
I know you'll get it because doing shows like this, doing stuff like this on social media, putting your name out there is how, you know, obviously track results are important, but doing things like this, getting your name and your brand and your personal information out there to the world. Now the world knows Shane's dealer closed. He's looking for bikes. If you want to partner with a rad dude, there you go. Power of Facebook Live. Let's move these wheels, network. Let's make sure this guy's got a ride for next year so we can get back out there. So you finished up. You finished up the season strong this year. You accomplished a big goal.
Yeah, definitely. Trying something completely new. I didn't even know what class I was going to ride. Never ridden one of these things before. So I just kind of went for it, and we got some points as a pro and AMA. So that was pretty cool. Something
Nice.
I've never done, and almost, 30 years racing different things. So, and the best part about it is I met a ton of rad people the whole time.
Yes.
And just made these connections with these people, and it was kind of, it was different than any other kind of racing I've done for the most part. Like, it's still small enough where it's family racing, not,
Yeah.
you can go up and talk to almost any guy out there for the most part, and, they'll help you with everything. So.
It transfers, man. It transfers right from, a lot of the sled communities the same way. It's not, I don't know. I've been part of different sports and not much, not a whole lot of motorsports racing type stuff, but, when snow is involved, it's not every man for himself. It's every man for, every person for everybody. And that's the coolest thing that I found inside this network and in the snow community in general is the community factor. And I'm thankful for it because it's helped me take this show to places I didn't see happening as definitely as quickly as it went, but that's the community, man. That's the people we deal with. So stoked. That's cool for you, man. I like that. I like hearing that.
Yeah, it's yeah. I think through everything.
All right.
What's up?
We're gonna move on. I was gonna do some shout outs and some advertisements and
go for it.
But go ahead and finish your thought if you want. Cool. I just want to thank everybody for popping on. You're watching Driven. My man Shane Homme, snow bike racer, but really a pedigree of racing. Everything that goes fast that has an engine and some wheels and some tires, and active Air Force reservist right now, and we're blessed with a little bit of his time before he heads off to work this evening to do some interviews. So we're going to be transitioning now. We learned a little bit about what he is. Let's dive into the mindset side of things and going off the every step we've taken in the process. What through the Air Force and through, okay, well, I can't do snowcross anymore. Let's race dirt bikes. I can't do, dirt bikes. Let's race quads. Every one of those steps into the new sport took a certain mindset to be able to know you could accomplish it. That's kind of what I want to go into tonight. So I just ordered my coffee. Nice job, John. And you're not a reader. I am really changing your life. I'm thankful for you. What sort of mindset do you take in, jumping on Craigslist and diving headfirst into pro snow bike racing? You know, where does that mindset come from?
I think you just, I'm somebody who's just stubborn. If there's something I want, and if it's in my heart, it's definitely something that I usually don't give up on. It's, 29, 30 years of doing this stuff, jump from different bikes, quads, sleds. I even did a micro sprint for a summer, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, a little bit of everything. So you got to have that never give up attitude towards it, and keep pushing yourself and keep positive people around you. Because if you're hanging out with guys that don't really, you know, just terrible attitudes, they're going to dive you or pull you down into.
You are the sum of that closest group around you, and you got to make, you know what I'm saying? Like that environment. That's so true. You're around a team support, people that are lifting you up. Failure's not really an option at that point. But if you're with the guys in the back, like you're saying, and I've experienced it. I mean, there's guys in my different careers and things I've done where, they focus on the shitty weather or the bad arena or, the stock contractor or, the snow sucks or whatever it is. It's like, man, we're on the mountain. We're doing the things we love to do. Like, be appreciative of it. And that's positive. And that's very important. You are that sum of those people. What's up, cuz? Thanks for popping on. Oh, he's froze again.
No, I'm good.
Okay, he's back.
I'm somebody.
Mr.
Sir.
Yeah, you actually froze when you were trying to freeze. Sorry, a little technical difficulties here, but we're having fun. It's Facebook Live. It's real. It's real time. We are not professionals at Facebook Live.
Kidding me.
Don't stop commenting, but stop commenting. Keep the comments coming. Be positive. Give. That's right, John. I love hearing that every time I hear it. Three-wheelers rule, John Jones says. If there's anybody on here you want to give a shout out to, you can go ahead and do that now. I see a lot of people that I don't really know.
Definitely John. He's been my kind of crew chief for quads and three-wheelers for the last 2012, and he's kind of the dude can completely throw a quad or a trike into a turn, just something crazy.
Nice.
Exactly. Right, Charlie?
Got that country ass Idaho internet working double time right now.
Yeah, we don't have Wi-Fi at the shop, so I'm working off cell service. So.
Oh, that'll do it.
Mainly, I got to thank my parents. They kind of got me into this at 4 or 5 years old, and it's always stuck. Then I got to thank companies like Fly Racing's been with me for around 5 years now, and they're just down the street. I need to order something, I can usually pick it up that day or the next day.
They're in Mountain Home?
No, they're in Boise, but we're about 45 minutes from Boise.
I thought so. Yeah. Okay, cool.
No flying Mountain Home.
Very much Mountain Home jets. We got the same thing here. Do you ever come to Fallon to do stuff? There's not much Air Force. It's all Navy, but
I've never been to Fallon. The closest I was when I was down in Tahoe, kind of come back to Reno. When you blew me off, right?
Right. It was powder. There was powder. I mean,
I can't blame you for powder.
I got some pretty good pictures that day, so it was cool. We just completely missed the races, which I hope they do those again next year, and I hope it works out smoother because it's super cool to have events like that in Tahoe. Tahoe doesn't do nothing for motorsports, really. Like, it's non-existent, but it was cool to try that. I wish it would have went a little better that first year, but it looks like you guys had fun, right?
Yeah, it definitely was a fun time. Even though Joe Gill and I couldn't figure out what state we were in.
There's casinos. You're in Nevada. You're in the casino parking lot.
And then guys, IRev Apparel, been behind me ever since I met them. They've just been completely awesome. FMF's been with me for years too. Spy Optics, ProTaper, Factory Backing Graphics, Atlas Brace, OGIO, Lucasoil. You know, can't do it without all the companies like that behind me. It's been just remarkable. I think we're back.
Yep, we're good. We're streaming
Good.
through the challenges. We're good. I just stopped talking until you pop back on anyway now, so it's all good.
Oh, perfect. I'm still on my
Joe
side.
says stop by Dennis Dillon there in Boise or Caldwell or one of the little towns around it. They're good crew. Might be worth building a relationship there.
That's funny because when we were down in Tahoe, I was seeing Dennis Dillon plates, and I was like, we're like 10 hours away from home. What are they doing down here? So
if this may be more for Joe, but I do have lineage to a purchase, well, several from Dennis Dillon, but the one I'm most proud of is my grandma bought a Yamaha Raz, which is like a scooter, a 50cc scooter in like, I don't know, maybe 86, 87 probably. She bought this little scooter, scared the lights out of her, gave it to my cousin. It got left behind. Anyway, I acquired it when I was like 12, started jumping it, riding it like it was a dirt bike. Took it to college. I still have it to this day. It's sitting in my backyard. I need to fresh.
We don't use it.
No, we don't use it, do we, bud? But yeah, so Dennis Dillon, Yamaha Raz in 86-ish. We got to purchase.
Justin, a couple things. I think I'm good again.
Stop messaging him, Joe. Wait till after the show. All right, cool. So we touched on your story, a little bit on mindset, hit your sponsors. Did you get them all? I kind of interrupted you, and then Joe
I got them
did
all.
the
Yep.
rest of that for you. All right, cool. So I want to talk about tools you use, things you tap into. Obviously, besides the Driven Network, because we know you're on this team. We know you're here every Wednesday, getting this feed in your brain. What sort of things do you tap into? Who do you listen to? Do you read? Are you reading? That sort of stuff.
Not reading a lot. I've been actually lately, this last week and a half or two, I've been watching a lot of your stuff, kind of, getting a better idea on everything. I connected a little bit with Shelby, who was on a few weeks ago. So hopefully we can get together since he's close and kind of help. I've got a decent social media following now, and I'm kind of working off of that a little more too. So didn't know about any of that stuff until I think it was November last year, kind of around the same time you started building all your stuff.
Yeah.
So, as far as
Joe messaging.
it's not breaking up anymore, so I think I got everything silenced. So
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I do tons of YouTube watch if there's something I'm kind of trying to figure out, that kind of stuff. I'll Google it, Google, YouTube, any of those resources, sometimes Craigslist.
You can build your dreams off Craigslist, and there is a subtitle there. If you just want to buy something that's going to take you closer to your dreams, like that Craigslist purchase ain't going to get you there. It takes a little assembly, some fabrication, and a whole crew of people to make it work, but Shane makes it work. That's what he's talking about. That's overcoming. That's racing, man. Like, that's racing, that's riding, that's living, that's life. It's overcoming those little things, gathering that crew around you to help you get through those times. And those are the steps that are important. Get out of there. Get it. Get it. It's like herding kittens around here. Yeah. Yeah. All right, brother.
I should send my dog over there. She's a great cat herder.
You hear that? Dog's coming after you. All right, man. So what else? What are some steps? What do you want to leave somebody with? What are some steps maybe you've taken in your life? Like the Air Force was kind of an impulse step, if you will, but But how is a step like that, that maybe it wasn't racing, it wasn't, hey, I just got out of high school, landed a factory ride, and I'm going to go race for the rest of my life. It's, what am I going to do with my life? Let's try the Air Force out. What sort of things can you throw out there that step has kind of got you closer to where you want to be?
Joining the Air Force is just something I hadn't even planned on when I was a kid, and it ended up being just a great opportunity, and kind of the discipline side of it, and kind of got me to grow up extremely quick, probably in about 6 weeks. Kind of took me from being just an 18-year-old kid to maybe, I guess, an adult, something like that. So just the discipline side of it and being able to work with so many different people. Like, I grew up in Minnesota, all kinds of you betcha, that kind of stuff. And like meeting people from like Charlie here, I can't remember where Charlie's from, but I spent probably, I think he was in Mountain 5 or 6 years, and just all these different cultures and different people you kind of just get surrounded by. Some good, some bad. For the most part, really good. Just great people around you. So it's kind of
cool, man.
Been a crazy journey that I didn't expect to last 16 years now, almost.
Right, 4 to 16 years. Well, number one, first I want to say we really appreciate your service. Thanks for taking that step at 18. That's a crazy decision to make. I mean, you're doing it, and then not only that, to stay with it for 16 years, there's got to be some stuff in there that's treating you pretty good to stick with that. So thank you for all that service. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I definitely love what I'm doing. So I got at least another 4 years, and I'm loving it so far. So it's been a great opportunity.
Perfect. So 2019, we don't know what exactly is in store for it. What's on your list this summer? Are you gonna hit some dirt tracks up? Are you gonna stay active, ride for pleasure?
I think I've got a YZ125 sitting in the shop. I'll probably mess around on that this summer. Get some two-stroke love. I'll do some quad probably a little bit. There's not a ton of it around Idaho anymore, so I'm probably gonna just do as much as I can, but not a ton. I think we're getting a dirt track in town for cars, so I think I'm gonna do some 4-cylinder dirt track car racing.
Sure.
Not 100%, Joe. I think I'm gonna be in pro next year. This is kind of experience here, figuring everything out. I'm looking at doing the AMA Nationals again, and then I'd like to run a couple of the ISOC races also. I've still got, I'm up in the air right now about if I'm going to go back and try to do the Winter X Games qualifier. It's up in the air. It depends on where I'm at and who I'm working with. I don't think I've got a factory ride going in next year, but I'll be optimistic about it.
Hey, we got time to work on that. We got time to work on that. I love it, man. I do. Like I said, I appreciate your time this evening. Everybody that's on here, thank you so much. I hope you got some value from this. You're enjoying what we're doing. Share it out if you got some value and you want to help us grow this. That's how we're doing it, and it's how we're getting the word out that we're passionate about life. We're bringing a positive mindset to the world, and we're really trying to show people that really, no matter what you're doing, what you got going on, where you're at, you can get where you want to go. You just got to make that decision. You just got to step up and do it and start taking action. Take those steps every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when it seems pointless, and even when, maybe it's cleaning, a car that you don't want to clean, but if you clean the car, it'll get you there, and it'll get you there, and it'll get you there, and every step takes us somewhere. And that's what we're trying to get across this evening, most importantly, is every step counts, no matter what direction you're going in. There you go.
Awesome.
You got a bomber to send, David says. Right on.
Looks like I'm riding a Husky then in 19 if things fall apart.
Yeah, there you go. Works out. So perfect. All right, you got anything you want to leave the driven audience with tonight?
Kind of, somebody just commented what you think you become, and it's definitely, if you keep that positive mindset and kind of never stop chasing your dreams, I definitely think you can get them. So
yeah,
You know,
I totally agree.
use every step along the way as a building block, like you said originally, and yeah, keep chasing them.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm dadding too. I'm double timing. I got a dad time too. Well, right on. Yeah, I agree, man. That's what I try to get out to people and let them know is because personally, I let life kick me in the teeth for a while, and I started kind of only seeing that, and that's all I had to look at was, you know, I'm not doing the things I want to do, and I was like, I felt trapped. Honestly, it was like nothing's gonna get me out of this. Nothing's gonna get me to where I want to go. And then I just started going through the motions of life, and I'll tell you what, that freaking sucks. It doesn't breed positivity for one, and you can't really be much contributor to anything if you're not bringing the best you out. So again, I say it often, but yeah, it's literally a decision, and I just decided I'm like I'm gonna do something every day to get where I want to go. You know, even if I don't really know exactly what I need to be doing at times, I'm like, I'm going to do something, and hopefully it gets me closer to where I want to be. Thanks, Mom. I love you.
I got to give a shout out to William also. He's a guy I met through quad racing, and that guy is just doing so much as he can, and as much as anybody else has done lately about trying to promote quad racing, that kind of stuff. And he's just another one of those people that kind of definitely has a positive mindset on it no matter what. I remember a few years ago, he was setting up races for quads in Idaho and nobody else was. And yeah. Oh, Jacob, thanks. I think we're going to go with The Hard Way by Turnpike Troubadours.
Nice. Doing it the hard way. I love it, dude. Well, thank you so much, man. If anybody is driven, I know Shane is #driven. Welcome to the network. Welcome to the team. Let's do everything we can within this network, within our group we got going on here. I know David's got your back, and there's lots of people on here. They got your back. But yeah, reach out to people, hop in the comments afterwards, and start some conversations, because everything kind of stems off a conversation and a relationship. So let's get you everywhere you want to go and do what we can to keep you on the road.
Thank you. Definitely going to keep pushing and see if I can see what we can figure out going into next year. So I can't thank you enough.
Write it down. Right. Here's a little. I'll leave you with a little piece of advice, because this is kind of what made me like. I look at it every day. I got it wrote down right here on my window. Is write it down, dude, and write down exactly what you want, and then go from there. Start as the Gary V says, just reverse engineer that shit, work backwards, and make it reality. It's my Gary V impression. Do that. Reverse engineer that.
Scott, I can't thank you enough for bringing me on. It was kind of something I'd never expected to be doing right now. So this whole
after the season,
yeah, it's this whole kind of last, 6-7 months, something like that. It's been completely different, kind of changed the way I look at stuff completely. So
I appreciate you, man. You're doing it. You're out there. You're a step ahead of everybody else that's not doing what they want to do. So good on you. And it's my honor to be able to have you on here and introduce you to the network. So thank you.
Completely awesome, man. It's yeah. I don't know what to say even. So
all right. All good, man. You don't got to say anything. I appreciate you. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Love you, man. I'm gonna put you off now. Say goodbye to everybody. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I got to get over here and watch a show for a minute before bedtime. And remember that no matter where you're at in life, sometimes you might feel stuck. Maybe you're doing exactly what you want to do, and I hope you are. But all it takes is that decision. It takes a decision decision to put some things into play in your life that can start propelling you. You build a little momentum. You make one step. You know how much easier it is to make the second step. That first one's the hardest. It just takes a decision to be able to do it, and then follow that up with constant effort, constant progression, and you can get you to where you want to go. I'm stumbling my words. That's a good sign for me to bail out of here. I hope everybody has a great rest of their week. Stay safe. Thank you very much. Check out ridelifedynamics.com and get your driven gear. Be well, all.